Hey, how are you doing today? The news and social media continues to bring up the loneliness epidemic. This has been talked about quite a bit for a couple of years now, but I would say over the last couple of weeks, I've been hearing about it even more. And I don't understand why, because to me, it almost seems like people are getting exactly what they wanted. Um, Based on my observations and interactions with people in day-to-day life and things that you see on the internet. Now we're all here right now on the internet, so let's talk about that first. And the internet poo-poos almost all social interactions. um, Saying hello to strangers as you walk past, saying hello to neighbors. um, People have complained about saying hello to coworkers. The holidays are approaching. People complain about workplace holiday gatherings. They complain about family gatherings. By the end of next month, we're going to hear a lot about people like cutting people off and like bragging about it, like they're happy about it. So to me, it just seems like interactions with other people, it's just not real meaningful to many people. And relationships, even like family relationships, it's just not real meaningful. um, Even relationships such as like romantic relationships and domestic partnerships, again, not real meaningful. That's why a lot of this talk about community, for me, it goes in one ear, out the other. Um, and people have shown that that's not real genuine, and they probably don't really know what that means. I also don't think the internet really knows what being an introvert means, because I don't think being an introvert or being shy means being a sociopath or being antisocial. But to each their own. People can do whatever they want, but don't keep shoving this whole loneliness epidemic thing down everyone else's throat. Now, I'm a person who's kind of outgoing by nature, and I have kind of like dialed back my personality, just because a lot of people are not real friendly. Some are not. And also in this social climate, political climate, the things that people put on social media, the way people behave, people kind of have really been showing, like really what they think of people and situations. So I'm just kind of like, okay, fine, I will keep myself at arm's length. Um, so it is what it is. Um, I think that a lot of people are getting what they want. I think that a lot of people have burned bridges and have just kind of isolated themselves. I mean, if you want, social connections, friendships, relationships, etc., etc., I mean, you have to extend yourself a little bit. So, and maybe a lot bit. So it kind of depends on, what you want out of the relationship. So anyway, that's all I have to say. I'm not buying into all this loneliness epidemic business. I think that a lot of people are completely happy to, just kind of like isolate themselves and just be on the internet. And I'm a person who's almost like chronically online. I'm still kind of a friendly person and social, even though I've kind of like pulled back a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know that people aren't getting exactly what they want, so I'm not going to worry about it. Um, so, yeah, there is that. And, as far as this being a Bible study channel, I don't know, tell me, am I wrong? This is why it kind of like grinds my gears when people are like, or when people feel like a person who believes in Christ always has to be like sappily sweet and, all this kind of thing. And then if you're not, People want to point fingers and be like, you heretic, you fake Christian, and all this kind of stuff. And, it's just like, okay, well, I'm human. I live in the same world that many people do. It's just like, good grief, do I need to emotionally carry like every single social interaction? And if a person shows me that they just want to be strictly transactional, or if somebody in the neighborhood kind of turns the other way when they see me coming by, like, isn't it okay for me to just drive on by or walk on by too? I don't know what. I don't think that it's unfair for me to just kind of go on about my way too and just keep that distance. So I really do think that it's unfair the way some people kind of like set their expectations for people who are believers in Christ when they don't even have those um, um, beliefs themselves. So, anyway, that's how I look at it. I'm not sure that we're dealing with a loneliness epidemic. I think that we're dealing with an antisocial, almost like a sociopath kind of an epidemic. Um, and it's probably better to keep distance with a lot of people. And I'm not sure how that works out for believers in Christ who, you know, want to have connections with people and who want to have community with people. But I just feel like it may be necessary just to pick and choose, you know, where you direct and focus your energy a little bit better. I'm not buying into all this woo woo loneliness epidemic stuff because a lot of people act like they don't want to be bothered, so I don't bother them. So, anyway, have a good day. Bye.